I'm 20 years old, and the summer before I start college, I need a summer job. So I don't have too much experience because I didn't have a job before. I searched the internet for tips. It says, go in and drop your CV in person. Have a big smile, you know? And if you're going to, for a clothing store, make sure to wear their clothes. They'll see you. So as I'm preparing myself, I know where exactly I'm going to drop my CV. It's in a store in a Lexington Mall. I'm also already thinking, because I got the job, right? I'm already thinking that I'm going to have work, I'm going to have my study schedule because college is just beside it. And I go to the store, that's the place where I go shop. Because before hijabi stores, where we could buy clothes for hijabis, it was a modest store. So they sold clothing for me, like long sleeves, loose-fitted clothing, and for the most thing is that they had colors. I love colors. Red is the color that I love, all shade of red. So as I'm preparing to drop my CV, and I'm going up the escalators, I'm thinking, you know, what I'm going to tell the manager. So I come in, and oh, I forgot to tell you that that day I'm wearing a red tunic with paisley pattern and linen pants because that's their summer collection, right? That was a beautiful collection. So I'm going up, and I'm like, I'm going to do this, I'm practicing my smile, and then I come to the store and I ask, can I see the manager? So this lady in her mid-30s, white lady, comes in and she says, can I help you? I said, yes, I'm here to drop my CV. As soon as I say this, I see her smile fading, lips crisping, and her eyes darkening. I'm like, she's like, you know, to work here, you have to be fashionable. For a certain time, I'm like, am I not fashionable? I'm wearing the clothes. This is all in my mind, of course. I don't say anything. I don't do anything. All I see is colorless. I see that color life going out of this place. All I want to do is run away from this place. A month later, I see an ad in a newspaper, Le Métro. It says, women organization, come to see us, we'll help you find job, do interview. I called them up. I said, you know, I need a job. So I have a counselor, and I have an appointment. The day of my appointment, I come to this big old brick building, red brick building. I feel confident, I feel safe. I feel that it's a place where I'm going to be heard. You know, I'm going to be heard for a story. So I, again, climb up, feeling all safe. I'm going to be here, I'm going to be heard here. So as I'm going up and I come in the counselor's office, there's this big window and sunshine is pouring. I feel the warmth on my face, and I tell her my story, what had happened in that store. She listens to me and she tells me, I think it would be a good idea to take off your hijab. Again, I feel sunshine leaving the place. It's getting dark. I feel that I'm not going to be heard here. I don't think so. I have a place here. Again, the idea that I want to run away from this place. I don't have anybody to support me. I just go on. I know that I grew up in a feminist environment. My mom is a matriarch. My dad let her be. She took all the space. At the age of 9, I discovered in my neighborhood Les Scientifiques. It's a club for young girls. They want us to go into unconventional jobs, science, and other stuff. I learned to think for myself. I learned to take decisions. Wearing the hijab, I had been wearing the hijab a year ago, prior to that. And wearing the hijab was a feminist decision for me. So here I am in my decision. I didn't think it was going to be special or that was going to get attention, but my hijab was getting attention. And that it felt like a threat. And I wasn't sure. As it's going on, things happens to me. Now, if you see, let me tell you this, that if you see a woman wearing the hijab, it's because she made the decision, even in this adverse situation. And then things keeps on piling up. Every day things happen here and there. And now I have kids. So this is more recent story. It's again a beautiful day, it's a summer day. I'm wearing this beautiful skirt that is the color of sunshine. I'm like all happy. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do groceries because the kids need to be fed. And I am going to my car. And as I get out, I hear somebody yelling at me, take off that chador. I'm like, I look around again. Take off the chador. I don't know what possessed me. I just dropped everything. And I'm like, I just bolt. She was on the other side of the street. I bolt behind her, thinking the only thing. I yelled at her things that I don't know what I yelled. I don't remember. But I said to myself, she's never going to do this ever to anybody again. Things happen again. So I'm on Montland, if you know NDG. So I am there, another beautiful day. And I go to Premier Moisson. That's the place where I love to go. My boys, they love croissant and palmier and all of this. My hands are filled with goodies. Again, coming out. And I go to my car. What I hear? A woman yells, an elderly woman yells, you have the blood of our troops in your hand. I'm like, excuse me? Are you talking to me? By this time, I already knew this too many times, so I was ready with comebacks. I told her, well, you have the blood of indigenous people on your hand. She didn't like it, and she wasn't expecting it. So she was angry. She was just she spewed hatred and insult. I felt hopeless and helpless. I don't know what was happening. All I was doing is crying, and that's it. And then I asked for help. Nobody did anything. So I realized that nobody's going to do anything. I am on my own. I have to do this. Much later, another incident happens. And by this time, I'm an expert. No more rookie stuff, right? I know what to do. So I'm on that water market, on a stop, and it's a sunny day again. It's always sunny days, you know. And I'm in a safe space because I'm in my car and in my bubble. So this guy, he comes around and he says, enlève ton torchon. Ici, on est au Québec. I don't wait. I'm just like, va te faire foutre. You know, I'm ready. I'm ready. So, do I feel good? No. But I feel confident, and I do reply back. But all these events, it's like little drops of water on you, and it affects your mental. It makes you all angry till it goes boom, you know. All this, then it happens 2019. I have a good friend. She's our borough councilor. And we became friends through work that we do in the community. And she goes, Nafija, we need to meet. I said, okay, we're going to meet in the Sud-Ouest in a cafe. So it's a fall, autumn day. It's beautiful. You have leaves going on, turning red, yellow, and the sun is about to set. So the sky is really red. So I enter, Sophie kissed me, she says hi, and she goes to the point. She's like, you know what, I find it's the time for diversity, and it's time for somebody to take my space. I want to give my space. So I want you to run for election. I'm like, what? What did you just say? Confused, not sure of what she said. I said, don't you see this? Don't you see this? She goes, exactly, because now in municipal, we have a lot of women. Good for us. We have a lot of colored women, but we don't have other representation. And we need people like you, hijabi. And she reminds me, you have the qualification, you are a community leader, you have done politics, so you know all this stuff. And I am here to hold your hand, to be your guide, to be your mentor. We will do this together. Then stuff happens. We have to prepare what's called a dossier, and we have to present it. So, and this is almost 16 months into the making, because we are not in 2021 yet. So she is telling me we have to do this. And so we prepare the file. We send it, and sometime it goes, well, it's not working. We don't know why it's not working, because it's not explicit. The hijab is not working. Am I told? No. And then another time it's like, oh, well, it's not, this part is not coming together. We always get refusal, but we never know why. At a point, my friend Sophie had to go and consult lawyers to fix issues. Well, it didn't fix issues. Then I am given information that there's rumors about me, that I'm not qualified, or that Sophie is favoring me. She said, you have to run, you have to do the work, and then you win, the people will decide. There's no favoritism going on. What happened next is that I received phone calls from diversity people that discourage me from running. Why? Because we are not enough, she says. You know, politics is dirty. It's not good. You know, you're going to suffer alone. And then I think to myself, but the suffragettes, if they would never work, we would not be here with our rights as women. I am not dissuaded. I go, okay, so the next person says, well, you are not, we want you, but not now. So why not now? I get discouraged, and Sophie's like, remember why you're running. There are girls that will come after you, and they're looking after you. So I said, okay. So I put my red jacket on, my red lipstick on, and we campaign. We go to door, we send flyers, we talk to people, and I see my face plastered all over the neighborhood. And then comes the election night. I decided to do something unconventional. I decided to be my whole self, embrace it all. I decided to wear a sari, a deep blue sari, shimmering, with a purple hijab. Young Muslim girls comes to me and says, you know, they're so inspired to go into politics. And we have that night, not one, not two, but 5 Muslim hijabi women running for 2021. And that's in itself, it's a victory. We gathered. We were there, and we conquered this fear of participation. Maybe I said to myself that ghosts don't need to be white and transparent, right? You know, they could be colorful, they could be different, they could be shimmering, they could be red, blue, yellow, and purple. And I come with my biggest smile. I say, I exist, I am here, boo.